Give it up for Rachel, everyone. Amazing work she does. I tell you, every time Rachel puts on an event, it is just packed. You know, so much respect to her for organising this and for trying to really, really give a message of hope and of understanding, and just, she has so much compassion around mental health and around everything, and her story just blows me away because, you know, from someone that just kind of decided, right, no, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do something, I'm going to go over to the States, I'm going to study, and I'm going to become a bloody doctor. I mean, it's unbelievable, and it just proves that we can all do whatever we want to do, no matter what, you know, and I need to remind myself of that, you know, quite often. So where do I start? I don't really know. Yeah, I'm not in the best place, I'll be honest. Like, I just feel really nervous all the time, and a little bit kind of like too many things going on and too much in my head. Too many messages being pulled this way, that way, and it's like because I want to do everything. And in the end, it doesn't work, you know, you just crash and burn. And it's dangerous, and if I don't talk about it, then I'm screwed, you know, and that's why I'm talking about it. You know, so thanks. But I encourage anyone to, like, if stuff's going on, man, you know, just talk about it to someone that can really relate or understand, or a professional or whatever, because it's all about being with like-minded people. You know, there's no judgment. You know, we're in a room, everyone gets each other, and it's just like, yeah, we've all got shit. You know, but we all want to do something about it, and that's what it's about, putting in the action. You know. And sometimes for me, well actually mostly, it has to get painful enough for me to do something about it. That's so fucked up. You know, why can't I get off the lift on the 5th floor? Why have I got to get off near the basement? I don't want to. You know, it's dark down there. And for me, it's like I know too much about this stuff now to fall for that bullshit that my head tells me. You know, you're crap, it ain't gonna happen, she ain't gonna want you, it's gonna be, you know, it's never gonna work, like, you ain't got no money, blah, blah, you know, it's just like, these messages are not the messages that I believe deep down, but they are more in the forefront, kind of telling me stuff. So I know if I do good things happen. But the minute I start to do bad things, and bad things don't mean go out and mug someone, bad things can be just anything to do with, like, well, you know, Paul, if you buy another, whatever, a clothing item, that's not good. You don't need a bloody another clothing item. Like, that is not, like, but it's hard because it's like self-soothing for about a minute. When it turns up, I don't even fucking want it. I don't want it. What are you doing? I don't. Because it annoys me, because actually it just feeds the addiction, feeds whatever, but what the addict or the devil or whatever, but actually I have to take ownership. That part of me wants to do, and I always say it's like whack-a-mole. I'll put one down, like, you know, put the coke down, put the spliff down, put whatever, the drink down, but then other ones pop up. You know, so that goes down, another one pops down, and then I'll sort that out, right? You know, the women, the sex, whatever, and then another one. The gambling, and then another one. Clothes, another one. Tennis, and I love tennis. I'm just going to talk about alternative therapies, because not knowing, and the thing is, I don't even want to talk about ADHD now, because everyone fucking has it, right? That's the problem, or everyone claims to have it, you know? But the problem is that it's really serious when you really have it, right? And it's too flippant. And I think what's serious about it, and the problem with the NHS is that you can't even get seen whether you've got it or not. And if you've got money, you can pay some psychiatrist 250 quid for 15 minutes, and maybe you'll find out. But even then, you know, but like when you really find out, and then you get told that yours is through the roof, and if you don't take this medication, even though you're an addict and you're scared to take anything like dexamphetamine, fuck man, that's the first drug I took when I was 14. I don't want to start taking speed. But you know what? It's like sometimes you have to listen to these doctors, and sometimes then it might actually work. But then it's about, at the moment for me, it's like, but how long do I have to take that? How long? What are the repercussions of that? You know, is it then, because we know that any drug, whether it be whatever, yeah, tolerance, then your tolerance ends up becoming more dependent, because you take one, you need more. After a month, you need 2, you need 3, you know, and it's like things can wear off and stop working, you know. And that film, Limitless, in the beginning, I thought, wow, man, started a drama company, I did a million, I'm like, wow, these superpowers are amazing. But actually, there's a flip side to everything, because what goes up must come down, right? So we have to be really mindful around stuff. That's why I choose now to go for more alternative therapies, which is drama, acting, you know, really like, you know, enjoying that, building a kind of my confidence, like helping others, seeing others do well. Tennis, I love tennis. And I don't care, I don't think about bills, I don't think about my girlfriend, I don't think about my parent, I don't think about anything when I'm playing tennis. I'm just in the moment, I'm centered, I'm focused, and I love it. I come away, my dopamine, my endorphins are really amazing, like best drug ever. Exercise, that type of feeling, you know, when you've been for a run or you've been in a gym, you suddenly get that no drug can do, you know, and it's amazing. But then we have to be careful, because we can do too much of it, you know, and too much of anything obviously is very dangerous. But the biggest thing I want to talk about today is connection. Connection is the antidote to addiction, and we are here all connecting together, chatting together and everything, and it's so important, because what happens is that when I isolate, because that's where it wants me, on my own, I got you now, what do you want to go on your phone? You want to go on your phone and buy another Gucci top? Yeah. Buy 2. You want to buy some drugs? Look, like it just gets me, and then it will get to where it really wants to go, which is cocaine. And then that's it, game over. I won't be turning up for this, I won't be doing any of that shit. I won't be running a drama company, I won't be helping anyone, because I'll be too scared of my own shadow. Ross talked about it. It's like freeze, like what, for 2 hours on my tiptoes? It's not exciting. I'll buy some more pain. Yeah, can I have another one, mate? Because I want to go on my tiptoes again for 2 hours. What the fuck? But the head will say, no, it'll be brilliant. You're going to have a great time. You're going to meet loads of people. No, I'm not. I'm going to be on my own, and I'm going to be in a state. And I'm going to be really, really feeling, and that is where I don't ever want to go back to. And if anyone knows anyone that is on that way, and is taking things for the wrong reasons, because it numbs you for a little bit, you know, and it blocks out the problems, because it's the solution, isn't it? It's not the problem, it's the solution. At the beginning, drugs, drink, it's all the solution, because it numbs how we feel. It takes away the pain and everything, but only very short term, and afterwards all those problems are still there. Everything is still there, and it's a lot worse, you know, and that is what I am knowledgeable enough of all of that now, after God knows over 20 treatment centres. So much, you know, stuff that I've learned in those places, even though my dad would be like, well, that was a waste of time. No, it wasn't actually, because what it's done is given me knowledge subconsciously, even if I don't remember everything. And now I can give that back. And what I've done is I've developed this amazing idea that I had, which was because I was so not confident. You know, believe it or not, I know I come across really cool, but I was so like, I don't know what to do now. No one wants me, don't want to do another Love Island, don't want to do another, like, because none of those jobs really fulfilled me.
Nothing wrong with Love
Island. No, there isn't, because you're on an island, and is that Tam? See, Tam's here, I love him. And you know, but he gets me, he understands, you know, I do this podcast, and I, you know, to be able to talk to guys on it that really get you, it's amazing. When I open up about my stuff, they open up about theirs. It's all like that. You open up about yours, and in turn, they go, oh, actually, maybe I'll talk a bit about mine. I'm not there to interview you, I'm there just to share with you, you know, and it's great. And at the end of it, you feel good, that dopamine, that whatever level. It's like, yeah, I feel better now, I feel relieved. I feel like now I'm going to go in that way rather than that way. Because about 10 minutes ago, I was going to go that way, you know, or whatever. So I started this drama company because this yoga teacher said to me, well, what did you do when you were younger, you know? And it's like, well, I knocked on doors, I made stuff happen. I didn't care, I had no fear. Fear, face everything and recover, or fuck everything and run. Right? I need to face things. Yeah? And there's this whole thing about, oh, I'm not good enough, I don't know if I can do it. Well, I fought the fear. It's like, no, I can, because I've done it before. Method acting, sense memory. How were you when, what did you feel, what did you experience when you last cried, or when you were sad? Okay, this character is sad. So use that sense memory of when you were sad, of how it smelled, how it felt, what it looked like, what you sounded like, what your body language was like in that scene. And man, it's so believable when they do that. Access your own memories. That's method acting, and that's what I teach. And it's amazing because it's for the community, it's for free, for people with mental health and addiction problems that want recovery, that don't want to carry on buying bullshit, cracking heroin down the street and be put in prison again and again. Now, I'm doing a documentary soon all about how we need to reclassify addiction as a mental health illness, because and I'm taking it to Parliament, I'm going all the way, seriously, because we're not just greedy bastards that are nasty people. Actually, no, we're really good people, we're really kind people, we're really loving people. We just get, unfortunately, thrown in jail and told we're bad, more bad. How many times have I been told I'm bad, I'm the bad boy? I mean, it's like, no, I'm just not well. Fucking help me, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, trauma starts very young. I always say it might be just from your parents arguing. Doesn't mean you have to be blooming abused or anything. Trauma, it could be so small. So don't minimise trauma. Traumas carry on into adulthood and blooming. The amount of trauma, it's like last night I had this little car accident, not crazy, but just took my attention, my focus off the road for a second, and boom, I knocked this guy on a bike. He didn't fall or anything. Luckily, he turned around and he looked at his and looked at mine and just drove off. But I was in bits about it because it re-triggered, re-traumatized other car accidents I've had, and it was like, I was in a state today, and I think that's why I feel so on edge. But so what's the solution? I'd always say, okay, so what do? Talk about it. Go to someone and talk about these early childhood things or whatever that stemmed, because they will always keep resurfacing if we don't do something about them. Now, we can't cover everything because I'm sure there's been a million situations we've all been in, but at least we can start somewhere and actually, face it, don't go around it, go through it. Because I tell you what, the other side is beautiful because you've done the work. Everything is hard work. It's not easy. A lot of people I know that are really, really traumatised, in pain, nasty fuckers they are. But it's because they don't want to say, come on, there's therapy, go and see this person, phone up. They can't face it, it's too painful. But actually, you know what, if you get over that fear and realise you're never going to change, nothing changes. If nothing changes, nothing changes. It's the biggest one. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Right? And right, I want everyone to get up. Come on, get up. Because all of you lot are too solemn. Right, let's do something. Right, some of might know this. Okay, here we go. Right, let's breathe in, really. Alex, could you hold this so I can do the action? Right. Breathe in. Hold it and let it out with a big sigh. Ha! Yeah. Now breathe in all the good. Hold it and let out all the shit. Ha! I want to hear you. Breathe in. Hold it and let it all out. Come on, guys. Ha! One last one for a really good week. Breathe in all the good. Hold it and let out all that shit.
That's just like one exercise I do. Yeah, honestly. So we have got to stand here morning after drama, mad, because we're all a bit mad, right? And come and see me, man. It's free, yeah? Wherever, I'm going to open them up all over the UK. Seriously. Tama's going to do a masterclass. I'm going to get all my buddies that are good actors, that can help give back, because I tell you what, it helps trauma, it helps improvisation, getting up, doing scenarios. Okay, so what was it like when you were with your ex-wife? What did you say to her? Let's act that out. So you act it out, right? And then let's act it out how you would do it today. Let's act out how you wish you would have done it. Since you're in recovery or whatever, or since you are a bit better and you've helped yourself a bit better. And when they see the difference, they see how bad they were to what they could say, how they could react. I tell my little boy, like, don't react, because acting is reacting. So if someone shouts at you, you react shouting back. You know, because what, are you shouting at me? But no, don't. Pause, use the wise mind. It's DBT, dialectical behavioural therapy. You know, there's the rational mind, regimented, and there's the emotional mind, which I'm always like, emotional mind, I'll jump to it without pausing. But in the middle is the wise mind, and it's really important to use that wise mind, which is just a pause. Pause, let that moment go. Actually, if I say that, hello?
Yeah, come on, there's some respect. Keep it down.
I'm nearly finished. If I say that, it might offend them. It might upset them. So maybe I'll pause and I won't say that. And actually, I'm still not the best at it, but I do. I'm much more mindful about what my brain wants to say, because it's the emotional mind. And if I use the rational, which is think about it, it might upset them, you might not get that job if you say that, even though you think that, you know. Because what I used to always say, which makes good TV, but it ain't that good for me. In the end, it's like I've hurt them, I've upset them. I don't want to upset anyone. So it's really about using that wise mind. And it's, right, so I want to call up a really good friend of mine just to finish. 3 minutes, please. No, I'm into John Elford, right? So John, he's amazing. He was in the Royal Air Force, okay? He's been helping me with MAD, with Morning After Drama. And he writes syllabuses or writes books for rehabs about addiction, about the 12 steps. And he's helped millions of people. He writes children's books as well. And I want to talk about that as well, children, how we've got to get them young. But I'm going to pass it over to John. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting us. Big it up. Buy some raffle tickets. Rachel, I love you. Peace.
I have no idea if I could be as dynamic as that. So, my name's John, and the only thing I'm going to tell you about me is that I am a person in long-term recovery. That means that this year I haven't had to have a drink or drug for 20 years. So what's going on with Paul? When I first, I've made some notes because he pounced on me to do this. When I first talked to Paul, I was excited to hear what he was working on, and then I got involved and I started to see the genius behind what he's doing. And so because I like writing, I started to evidence some of the stuff he uses, some of that drama and acting stuff to engage with people. And Paul just wanted me to tell you a little bit about what I see. So I see Paul using things like cognitive rehearsal. So people imagine, it's just mentioned it, people imagine difficult situations, and Paul uses acting as a tool that guides them through this process, and they face and successfully deal with it. Paul uses modelling. So Paul and the people attending engage in role-playing exercises in which they act out appropriate behaviours and responses. Well, 1 minute, that's very short. Conditioning, so Paul uses reinforcement to encourage a particular behaviour. That sounds a bit harsh, but you did really well. Yeah. Systematic desensitisation, so people imagine or talk about situations they fear, and then Paul helps them to relax, he helps the person cope with their fear reaction, and this can be the beginning of them eventually eliminating their anxieties altogether. And then two quick bits, teaching models. If we focus on what Paul is using, Paul uses a bit of Bloom's taxonomy and the conscious competence model. He didn't know that, I told him. Yeah? So basically, when people go to Paul, they don't know what he's talking about and they don't know how to do it. And when they leave, they go, wow, I really get it. This is easy. Yeah, so in conclusion, I see Paul and the MAD program intuitively, and what's more important, enjoyably engage people in learning that moves them into a much better space. Thank you.
Thank you, John and Paul. Really love that. Paul is incredible as always. You never fail to disappoint, honestly. I really, really enjoyed that. So many golden nuggets for everyone. It's so helpful and valuable. So, right, we have Dan Jenny, who I'm really excited